Welcome back, everybody. I just want to do a quick update. I haven't had as much time in the layout room as I wanted for the last couple weeks, but I feel like I've gotten quite a bit accomplished, for me anyway. As you can see, I got the gravel company complete, got the track laid. Had a slight issue yesterday. I wanted to do a video yesterday, but I found out that the Atlas switch that I had in was junk, and so I had to replace it with a Pico. So I kind of just dried laid the entire track, test fitted everything, make sure it was 100%, and it was. So then I come back and glued it and went crazy with thumbtacks. So I'm going to let that sit for the next 24 hours and may actually shift this back a little bit. I'm kind of liking where it's at. Figured what I'm going to do with this first shoot is just going to be basically just scrap material, larger rock type thing, just to do a little pile here. And then this shoot here will probably end up being just for trucks. Excuse me, I got real bad heartburn this evening. I'm also going to get a couple more conveyor kits. What I'm thinking about doing is running it out of this back side here and kind of going over here into a little rock formation to kind of just give it that scene of running it off of that corner. I think it would, the conveyor running over top the double main there would look really neat. I've also thought about coming out of this area here and running it down because I'm going to build a little mining pit down here with the haul trucks and all running up. Not 100% sure how far out I'm going to go, probably only 12 inches or so with it, but so I've got a couple different ideas. Putting the conveyors coming here, or the conveyors would run up and then run into the system, dispensing the gravel, or I may just do it from this corner over here. I'm not real sure, so any input on that would be greatly appreciated. I think I am going to change the color a little bit to the concrete, and then I'm going to go through and weather the whole thing. Started building the engine house. I'm going to get that squared away 100%, get the track, then I'll get the track laid, and then I will figure out where I'm going to run the end of the gravel tracks. Probably right here where my hand's at least 3 inches away from the engine house. And then I'm going to divide the two scenes with a fence and some other things, maybe a couple trees or whatnot. Just kind of play around with it and see what really fits and what I like. Other than that, let me show you some of the weathering I've done. I've tried different things, and I'm doing it all by hand. And, well, I take that back. I did test a spot of track where I spray painted it black first and then come back over it with the rust colors and stuff. So I don't really like using the spray paint. I think I'm just going to go back through and just hand paint. I'm enjoying that. So, and I was like, well, why not? So let me grab the camera real quick, show you guys around, and we'll call it a night. Well, as you can see, I've been cutting everything out. For the engine house, mainly this is what I really want to show. This section here, it's going to come out, maybe even a little curve there, and that's just going to be a mining scene. It'll probably sit an inch lower. I'll have the haul road going down. And I thought about maybe just putting the conveyor coming off here and giving it the illusion that it goes up and then into that slot there, but I'm not really sure yet, like I say, what I'm going to do. Probably am going to have a dump conveyor, just probably creating a pile right there. But I do kind of like the idea of, and I do apologize for the camera angles, but thinking about running the conveyor out of here and going straight into that wall there. So that could be a possibility, and I kind of do like that aspect. It kind of would give the scene a little bit more depth and just kind of make it pop. So other than that, we'll go over to the track. As you can see, I've got that all laid. Got the cars waiting to be loaded already. And let me show you what I've done. Starting out, I did 2 test track. This was a single layer, and what I mean by that is, I'm not sure if you can tell the difference in the reds, but I did a a light brown, and then I went over it with almost like a burnt red. And then this is the same color red, except I just didn't use the lighter brown as the base coat. And I come back, weathered the ties a little bit. I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. But this one isn't bad either. I'm trying to give you guys the good angles here of what I've actually done. So I'm really happy with that, and I've decided the coal mine's going to go in this area here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this section yet. I thought about making this just more staging for the coal mine, or maybe just like a couple abandoned warehouses, maybe a couple of abandoned tracks. Because if you remember from my last video, and I apologize, I'm horrible with this tripod. I was thinking about taking this track. This track here will be completely eliminated, and this track here will basically be my programming track. So it will have its separate power source, or actually not a separate power source, but a double throw, double pole switch. So then the power will only go to this track and none of the other track. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. And I thought about, like I said, maybe putting a divider through here, and then having maybe a small warehouse going this way. I could even shift it over. So give me your opinions. What do you think I should do with this? Should I leave the 3 tracks and just use it for a yard for staging purposes? Like I said, I do want to get rid of this spur here, but I am definitely going to use this as a programming track here. So give me your opinions about that. Let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this mess I've made over here, because that's exactly what it is. It looks brighter in some areas, but really when you're in the room, you're looking at it, it's actually, I really like it. I tried with the spraying it black, flat black first, and I don't like that. What I was doing, I was coming back, and this is when I started testing, but I painted brown first, and then I come back over with, let's see, burnt sienna is what I've been using for almost my rust. And I'm actually quite happy with it, especially these rails here, or not rails, I'm sorry, these ties. What I'll probably go over is use almost like a whitewash and just kind of lighten up the ties a little bit in the center. But it's just kind of been, just kind of give you guys, and get my big head out of the way. And this has all been done by hand, and as you can see, I've stopped there. So it's coming along. I'm happy with it. Definitely have a little bit more to learn on the weathering of the tracks, but I'm very happy with it. I've been taking my time, especially with the 2 tracks that I've already shown you, the 2 test tracks. I really like how those come out. So I'm basically going to duplicate it throughout the whole layout. And of course, now the different sections will depend on how much rust the track has and whatnot. Over here, it's going to be more grimy for the sand effect and the gravel effect. So that'll change, and then the cement plant that I'll have over there in the corner, all of that's going to be dependent on, well, the scene, the area is going to be dependent on the type of weathering I do for the track. Any suggestions that you guys have, please let me know. We'll go from there. Other than that, it is past my bedtime. I definitely need to get some sleep. But thank you guys so much for watching, and gals. And hopefully in another 2 weeks I'll have another video up with even more progress. Hopefully by then I'll have the engine house finished, the mining company up and completed, the track laid ready for that, and hopefully a lot more weathering done. So, and I've been playing around with other things. I kind of get not bored of the weathering the tracks, but after a while I start to lose my hands become shaky, and I just can't do it anymore. So I've been jumping kind of back and forth, but other than that, I'm rambling, and I apologize, but hope you guys have a wonderful work week, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.